What comes to mind when you think about Vietnamese food? Is it pho? Is it pho? Or is it pho? Well, today I am for sure gonna take you to what I believe is the best Vietnamese cuisine in Bangkok. Pho One is particularly known for its fine selection of northern Vietnamese food, which was inspired by the long Vietnamese War history, where the fight for freedom had given birth to a famous Vietnamese soup noodle, or what we know now as pho. Well, I've been talking about pho for quite some time now. I think it's about time for a pho taste test. Starting off strong with the restaurant's signature dish. It's called the pho đặc Viet. Basically what it is a northern pho dish, and the way they do the broth is that they simmer it for 18 hours overnight to ensure that they have that rich, complex, flavored goodness all in that one simple broth. Now, get this, the restaurant took 7 dedicated years to research how to replicate this authentic broth. Now that's pure dedication right there. I can't wait to dig in. First impression of the dish is that it's very hearty. I could see a lot of meat going, so if you are a meat lover, you would certainly love this dish. So in terms of beef, there is well-done brisket, medium well-eye round, garlic stir-fried eye round, beef balls and fatty brisket, and of course a beef flank. I'm gonna try to act as ladylike as possible. That's really good. Let me get some beef pieces. So the broth itself is smoky but light. The texture of the noodles, they're pretty soft, but they have that good bouncy chew to it. Also, I feel like this is the perfect dish that doesn't need any further flavoring at all. It's all great by itself. And the meats are tender. It's like butter. It just melts right in your mouth. So if you are hungry at night and want something substantial but don't want to feel bloated in the morning, then guys, you have arrived. Now this next dish, I might have a little bit of a personal bias to it because I love me some good fried foods. And as you can tell, these are shallow fried, so they're not greasy at all. Let me just give that a taste test. Still holds its crunch really well. I totally forgot that the dish came with this amazing classic Vietnamese sauce. It's the sweet and sour sauce that consists of carrots, garlics, chili, fish sauce, and a little bit of sugar. And I think it pairs wonderfully together. Let me just try that a little bit. You can tell that they're made for each other. I really appreciate that this little spring roll holds the crunch really well. You can tell that the restaurant takes its frying very seriously. Also, it's been sitting out here for a while, but you can still hear the crunch, so it's really good for ASMR people as well. The sweet and sour sauce paired with this lightly salty spring roll is the perfect combination that a lot of Southeast Asian cuisines use, and this northern dish is no exception to that. I love it. Now this is what I call a feast. Nutrient rich, as you can see. There are various greens on this plate, and you can see a lot of the unusual kind of greens, such as raw bananas, you got the raw green mangoes, but if you're not too adventurous, they still stick with some of the classic greens as well. So you have cucumber, you have basil, lettuce, carrots, and spring onions. Now here, we've got the crunchy, deep fried flour dipped in eggs, and it just adds that little crunch to your little roll. And for protein, we have the lean grilled pork here, and it's lightly flavored, but if you want a little bit more seasoning, you can dip it right here in the sauce outside. Now this homemade sauce is made from pork liver. Now I know that might sound scary, but you gotta trust me, I'm Asian. And I know that this is bomb diggity, so you better dip your rolls in there. Now, one notable thing about this dish are these. Now, I think you might think that these are just paper towels, but they're not. They're actually imported paper spring rolls. And they are so paper thin that you don't actually have to use any water with them, unlike other places. Now, this is the fun part of this dish. You can just like build it as you want, you know, and this is the only time where you can play with your food and your mom will not get mad at you. And you can just like build it according to what you like. So if you like it a little bit more spicy, then you just add more spices. If you don't like spices, then you just don't put the chili in. Guys, I'm not very ladylike when I eat, so excuse me. This is chow tam, the Vietnamese sugarcane shrimp. And as the name suggests, these are shrimp lightly grilled on the sugarcane sticks. Of course, it's served with our famous, you know, the sauce. We have also here lots of greens. We got coriander, we got lettuce, and also cucumber, also some rice, vermicelli, and garlic, and some little chilies. So similar to the previous dish, you want to make sure that you put all the ingredients in equal proportions so you don't overpower the flavor of any one specific ingredient. So I'm just gonna lightly dress this up with this lovely sauce here, and let's give it a try. I love that the shrimp has this firm texture about it. So when you put it in your mouth, it has this great bouncy resistance to your teeth, like in a good way. And because this dish is salty and spicy, the rice vermicelli actually acts as a perfect neutral balance in your mouth. It's brilliant. Vietnamese banh mi. Man, I'm getting a little bit full. Whoever said Vietnamese food cannot get you full is definitely trying to be funny. So this is the last dish, but certainly not the least. And as you can see, we have banh mi. I'm definitely gonna do a couple of more Vietnamese food puns, so don't bang me yet. See what I did there? So if you can guess it already, we're ending this episode with banh mi. This Vietnamese baguette is obviously influenced by the French during the colonial period in Vietnam. Now, when I open it, you can see that it has nice carrots, some coriander, its staple vegetable, of course, and it also has chicken and pork all in one bun here. Let's give it a go. So maybe what I should have told you guys as well, that there's pate, there's also carrots, radish, and lettuce, and it's all encapsulated in this classic northern Vietnamese style freshly baked baguette. I love that the bread is soft but not too chewy, and the meat inside is actually really tender. It really melts in your mouth, and you could tell that they take a long time to season and prepare this. So unlike lots of sandwiches that you normally get, you don't really need mustard or ketchup to dress it up, because it's good on its own. So I've been to Hanoi before, and I can confidently tell you that this is as close to Hanoi that you will ever get in Thailand. The menu here is extensive, and it showcases a diversity of Vietnamese food, especially in the northern region of Vietnam. Not to mention, the prices are very reasonable, and they don't skimp out on their ingredients, so you know you're in good hands. My verdict? I'd say this is a great place to take your family, a date, or just come alone if you're in the mood for some nice comfort food. And before we end this clip, let me just do this one last Vietnamese noodle pun. Don't forget to check out Pho Van at Sina Korean Road. It's phenomenal.